This is Dr. Kata Mordino with the Rutgers Executive Education Program, and I'm talking to Kristin Phillippi, who's the Manufacturing Engineering Manager at GGB NA. Kristin, one of the important parts of this program is the project that you do. Can you talk a little bit about some of the things that you got out of the project that you selected?
Sure. So working on this project was a very interesting experience for me. I went in this project with a lot of process knowledge, having worked as the process engineer in this particular area of our plant for close to 8 years. We went in and we used the standard tools, did a fishbone analysis, trying to locate the problem, did a lot of dead data analysis. I mean, it seemed like we worked on that for months to try to get to the root cause. After that, we ran some line trials to try to analyze and recreate the situations that we found. And where we wound up at the end of this project was realizing that all the factors we investigated were not as important as ones we left on the fishbone that we thought were not as important. So when we got to that point, it was really eye-opening for my entire project team to say, hey, here, this variable, this one that we've thought about the whole time, this is really the key to explaining all of the variation we're seeing at this one process step. It's very rewarding once we found that out, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds as though it really broadened the thinking of your team, did it?
It did. When you do data analysis to the extent that we did, it can be a tiring and somewhat frustrating experience. But the enthusiasm that we collectively felt, as well as what we reported back to the management team here when we found that out, everybody was on board. And the great thing is now is our company is willing to make the capital improvements needed to support and eliminate variation in that area. So what my project team is working on now is really a plan to define what we need going forward so that improvement can be made.
It sounds as though you also had an opportunity to kind of bring your team together. Do you see this helping you as a manager and helping build your team to be able to share those skills with them?
Absolutely. Many members of my team are interested in learning statistical analysis, the type of skills that you can learn through Minitab or related software. And I have a couple of young engineers as well looking to start by getting their yellow or green belts. I think it's great that I've been able to advocate for this program to give them skills that I know will serve them in their career.
When you think about that, what are some of the things that you've been able to sort of coach people over? What kind of behaviors have you been able to use this to address?
I think the most important one is to be able to drive to ultimate root cause analysis. Sometimes I see people attempting to do root cause analysis, but they really don't get down to the true root cause. And unfortunately, when we stop short, we wind up recreating the same problems because we haven't addressed the true cause.
So rather than jumping to conclusions, you're helping them know how to go through process.
Sure, to dig a little deeper and make sure that we get to the root of the problem.
If you were going to think about the program as a whole and you as a manager, are there any other things that you took away from it that you think have helped your managerial ability?
I think we really can't say enough about learning the soft skills. Anybody can go into training. They can learn how to do statistical analysis. They can understand the DMAIC process. But truly learning how to work with people, learning to build teams, build rapport, ask the right questions, be a good listener. If you don't have those skills, then all the technical skills just aren't worth it. And it's so refreshing to see Rutgers put a focus on that part of the program.